we are going to be going over the Board Breakers tier list. I got my chat with me this time around, and of course, we have 5 different categories, all the way from S to candy corn, because if you like candy corn, something just might be wrong with you. I will be ranking these cards based on how powerful I think these cards are right now inside of the format. And of course, you guys and chat will let me know if they feel a little bit different. Anti-magic arrows. My boy actually convinced me to put this on here because I was like, I don't see a lot of cards being activated like back row wise, but this card stops evenly matched. Imagine your opponent going to battle phase. Like they're giving up their entire main phase 1. You'd be like, anti-magic arrows? Not only can they not evenly match you, my friend, they can't activate spells and traps for the rest of the turn. I think that this card is like good at anti-board breaking. And as far as board breaking, I mean, if you're in a meta where there's a lot of spells and trap cards, just give up your battle phase. They might even do some crazy stuff in order for evenly matched, and then you just go anti-magic arrows on them and you're good. It might work. Alpha Master of Beast is also another card that is going to sit in that B tier. Not only is Alpha Master of Beast a huge 3,000 body, a behemoth, it allows you to bounce cards back to the hand, meaning that there are certain cards that just would want to be in the graveyard that can't be. And the best thing about Alpha Master of the Beast, Alpha Master of the Beast does not activate to summon itself to the side of the field, so tier limit rule Kalos can't stop it. It's also stronger than Totally Awesome, and they not playing Dupe Frog no more. I think it's a solid B tier Yu-Gi-Oh card. Change of Heart, well, it depends on how you play it. I think that Change of Heart is in the C tier right now, but I think that this card can be as powerful as the A tier. And the reason why is because if you are playing the same deck as your opponent, then this card has mad value, like insane value. But if you are not playing the same deck, this card kind of boring. You literally have to be playing a Link deck to be able to make this card fully work, and then that's where it gets very situational, so I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Cosmic Cyclone. It's S tier. It's S tier. This card's S tier. It banishes tier limit Suyik. It banishes tier limit Crime. It banishes the Sprite Starter that they're gonna set face down, the Sprite Smashers before it gets over Runic Fountain. Do I need to talk about how powerful Cosmic Cyclone is? Cosmic Cyclone is the best spell trap removal right now. Until you hear Yu-Gi-Oh players, you're in dime, and you're like, yo, hold on, time out. That's like the only drawback for Cosmic Cyclone right now. I would put Cyber Dragon in the C tier. I don't think it's candy corn. I think that it's solid. There are decks, or most decks do Link summon. They just only summon one Link monster. So, I mean, getting rid of Sprite Elf is hey, that's kind of good. The problem is when you summon Cyber Dragon, they'll just activate Sprite Elf. Cosmic Cyclone excuses players that think MST negates sometimes. Dark Hole. Where'd you guys think I'd put Dark Hole? You think I'm gonna put it here? You think I'm gonna put Dark Hole here, guys? There are cards that are like Raigeki that are better, right? No, I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Dark Hole has a cool interaction. It allows you to destroy your own monsters under Mystic Mind. Your opponent Mystic Mind you? Well, Dark Hole that oh. Dark Hole is actually, it's pretty good for that. It's really good for that. And a lot of times you might want to get rid of your own monsters. Dark Hole helps you with that. Okay, we ain't saying it's a game changer. It's all right. If you got Mystic Mind problems, then Dark Hole yourself. Dark Hole can trigger your own tears. Why aren't they playing this card right now? Guys, imagine not only outing Mystic Mind, but being able to trigger your own tier limits. That's kind of saucy. I ain't gonna cap. Dark Ruler No More. Easy A tier. Easy A tier. I love Dark Ruler No More in this format is because a lot of players build boards and you just do the Birdman hand rub. Dark Ruler No More their entire board because a lot of times they don't got any other follow-up. Now, you might have to deal with the Bestial monsters, but Dark Ruler No More, solid right now. Real good. Dino Wrestler Pinkertops, good with the Dino deck. Candy Corn. Yo, he wants Dino Wrestler Pinkertops at Candy Corn. Pinkertops is kind of C. I'm about to see you in a hospital bed if you think Pink. All right, yeah, you ain't wrong. Pank is pretty C. I don't think Pank is terrible, but Pank does something that you don't want to do right now. Destroy cards. I don't want to destroy any of my opponent's tier limit spells and trap cards. I don't want to destroy a face down quick play spell card that can activate immediately. I do like that Pank does come up in certain situations, but bring Pank to 3. This might be a campaign for that. Is there a correct or incorrect time you should activate cards like Dark Ruler no more or Super Poly? Look, you activate Dark Ruler no more in your main phase, not your standby phase or your draw phase. You activate Super Polymerization in your draw phase if you can. Or you could just be like me. You can literally look at their eyes, proceed to go to main phase, wait for 5 additional seconds as you lock eyes with them, and drop the Super Poly out of your hand and see the response. Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. You know, this is a card that you make if you can, but if you focus your deck around this card Zeus is good when you've already broken the board with like a board breaker. But as far as just Zeus to your side of the field, evenly matched. Oh man, yo. I don't care if boards are made with negate spell or trap cards, because often they're not. Evenly matched is a god tier, like god tier. Look, all you gotta do, if you ever wanted to strike fear into somebody's heart, battle phase. Evenly feels ridiculously OP. I actually want to give my opponent a token, just to make evenly even more busted. Evenly for 8 versus tier feels so godly. And what's worse is that they not get no 7 cards back. Too bad it's $30. My friend, evenly matches getting a reprint Magnificent Mavens. Respawn anti-spell arrows. Yo! We talked about that. That's no bueno. There's no bueno. Forbidden Chalice is... I would not play Forbidden Chalice right now. Do you guys think that Forbidden Chalice is actually candy corn? Maybe it's C tier. Maybe I'm going a little too low. But the reason why I would say that it's candy corn or C tier is because like negating a monster effect is cool and all, but it ain't gonna do much. Like it ain't gonna do much. The versatility for Forbidden Chalice is what made Forbidden Chalice so good. The ability to use it on your opponent's turn to stop their critical monster effect. The ability to use it in the damage step, which is really good. But since it's too slow to be a hand trap, you can't activate it from your hand like Imperm and or Effect Veiler. Forbidden Chalice doesn't really have a place right now. I would say Effect Veiler over Forbidden Chalice strictly because you can activate it on your opponent's turn. Like if you want a card that you can activate on your turn to trade a negation for, Ghost Mourner or Moonlit Chill is a hand trap and can be activated on your turn to negate a monster effect. Your opponent is going to summon that much, so it's a better card. Forbidden Chalice is for budget players, so obviously Dookie Water, my friend. Mourners for budget players too. Forbidden Chalice is pretty mid. I hate that this card got reprinted and then almost became one of the most middest of mid cards of mid time. And the biggest reason why Chalice is C tier for me is because you got to give up way too many resources to negate your opponent's board when you can just evenly match them. Did I say Chalice or Droplet? You guys know what I meant. Droplet's pretty C. Keep in mind, C isn't bad. C just feels more like a situational category. I mean, in certain situations, these could be great. Harpy's Feather Duster? I don't know. What do you guys feel about Harpy's Feather Duster? C for Duster, only good against Mind Trap decks? Yeah. If the card is for the poor, put it in candy corn. I'm dying. Okay, I see a couple of B's. Why would you guys say that it's B? No costs. Harpy saved me more times than not. I see what you guys are saying, but we got to talk about like for right now. Why would you think that it's good right now? For pours, more corns. It's funny because it rhymes. Against Flu and Rogue, it's very good. Okay, you convinced me. You said Flu under Reese. You got me at Flu under Reese. I love it. I hate that this card destroys cards. So like, I wouldn't say main deck it because you don't want to get caught in the wrong spot that we said about some of the other cards. But it is an address to like Flu under Reese, back row, and floodgates and stuff. And it's probably the best one. I think CB is fine. Kaijus are candy corn. I wouldn't play kaijus right now. Look, if you give up your normal summon, you can break the entire board. One of my favorite shows that isn't an anime, because I don't even watch those, is Breaking Bad. And the bald white guy, not the main character. I remember he said, you don't take a half measure, you take a full measure. Mike, you guys know him, Mike, good old Mike. He taught me a really important lesson. Playing kaijus is a half measure. You can tribute one of your opponent's monsters, but what about the other one? Bro, at this point in time, just give up your normal summon and play Lava Golem or Winged Dragon or Sphere mode. Kashtira Finra. You know, I'm gonna say 8. I got my reservations about Kashtira Finra. I don't think that this fits in every Yu-Gi-Oh deck that some players say it is or will force it to be, but I do think that it's a pretty good card. What is this one? I remember what she does. Oh, I remember her. Kuikara the Divine Carnate. Dog. A seriously bold take. I like making bold takes. I think that this card is phenomenal. With the opponent activating so many cards on my turn that we don't even know whose turn it is, this card tributes all monsters that activated their effects, summons this bad puppy to your side of the field, and then gains 1500 attack for every tributed monster. But what's worse, I'm gonna summon one of your tributed monsters to work for me. Kuikara is, I think it's A tier. That's a bold take. I just think it's a really, really good card, and it's going to get its shine sooner or later. Lava Golem, A tier. Why would you tribute one monster when you can tribute 2? It's just overall a ridiculous card. Most Yu-Gi-Oh boards that I have observed have been 2 monsters that are problematic. Lava Golem is a 2/3 measure. Lightning Storm, B. Lightning Storm destroys attack position monsters. I seen Lightning Storm on stream. It didn't do too well. What do you guys think though? I don't want a Lightning Storm a Sulyik. I'm good. Lightning Storm is overrated. Why would you tribute to it? Mid? Lightning Storm is good in a link-based meta. Damn, the way y'all saying it, we should put it at C. The only difference is you can play 3 Lightning Storms. So like, you can technically play 4 Harpy's Feather Duster for the same reason that Harpy's Feather Duster is good. Lightning Storm could be pretty good, but it can also hit monsters too. So there's that. Mind Control is the same thing as Change of Heart. Mystical Space Typhoon. MST is Cosmic Cyclone at home.
We got Cosmic Cyclone at home.
Mystic Mine is actually B tier. I like that Mystic Mine, like players are playing cards to stop Mystic Mine and players are still playing Mystic Mine. To be honest, in my opinion, it is a fair balance because the best decks cannot use Mystic Mine and some of the other decks that can use Mystic Mine become really good because of it. And then the other decks, they play the cards out Mystic Mine. I think genuinely, one thing we can all agree on is that the only problem with Mystic Mine is sitting there forever just drawing cards. That was like the worst thing about it. And now that we're in a format where you kind of can't do that, it feels so much better. Raigeki is pretty goated, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the C tier. Raigeki only genuinely feels good when you draw multiple copies of Raigeki because sometimes they negate it. Other times they just like fusion summon because you destroyed their tier limit monsters, but it's cool. Super Polymerization is pretty based. If you are playing a fusion deck, you play Super Polymerization. If you hate tier limits, you play Super Polymerization. Because Garua does exist, you pretty much just play Super Polymerization. You go for battle phase for intimidation. Then if they don't panic, you Super Poly. Oh no! Bro, who's out here thugging like that? Torrential Tribute is Candy Corn. God, whoever loves Candy Corn must love these 4 cards. It's too slow. We got Dark Hole, Raigeki, and Lightning Storm at 3. It ain't working right now. Triple Tactics Talent just might be hands down the best board breaker card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of Bestials, because of Hand Traps, because of tier limits playing on your turn, because of Sprite, because of everything. This, I think, is a 3 of in almost every deck. And the good thing, it is getting reprinted in Magnificent Mavens. Yo, Torrential actually wiped out a Despia board, no cap. And then they beat you because you played Torrential, right? I mean, I guess if you can search Torrential like Kiryukushin, that's not bad, but All right. Twin Twister is 100% candy corn. This actually reminds me of the kaiju. You don't take a half measure. You take a full measure. Why would you discard one card to destroy 2 cards on the field in this meta where advantage is everything when you can just Harpy's Feather Duster or Lightning Storm them? You're getting rid of 2 of their problematic trap cards. Whoop-de-doo. They set 5. Ultimate Slayer, I will ride the coattails of this card forever. I think that this card is absolutely busted. We just got a new X-Seed. It's called like Meteorologist. It's an X-Seed card from the new set that actually gained some good effects with Ultimate Slayer. Also, your opponent can't activate monster effects in response to it. And you can activate multiple copies of this card in the same turn. Goth Mommy, she's pretty C tier. I don't really see her working as well, but I mean, she could get there if you summon enough monsters. Underworld is a C. It's a 1/4 measure. Dog, and the fact that you got to get rid of 4 cards for it, yeah, that's not how it works. And the Sphere Boy. Great beast of the sky, please hear my cry. This card, oh my God, it's pretty solid. That's pretty much all that I have for my Board Breakers tier list. I think that this is really, really solid. Let me know what you guys think.